Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome back to another episode of Useful Arabic. I'm your Arabic teacher Sam, and let's get into it. This is a really nice little video because we actually cover some language in it that's really good for children, really good for people who are into maths, really good for people who love a little bit of sarf, and we learn about 15 new words in this as well. So jam-packed into a nice little video. We really get to learn some new stuff. So this is another little vocab list, another little phrase, another little kind of dialogue that I've taken from Arabic Workshop. This video is actually not sponsored by Arabic Workshop. This channel isn't at all anymore. But because I just love the resource so much, and I think it's an amazing contribution to all of the resources that exist in the world for students to learn Arabic, I'm going to continue doing this, inshallah. I'm going to continue sending you guys over there and recommending that you guys join Arabic Workshop. So if any of you have joined it, by the way, please put in the comments what you thought of it. It'd be really nice to kind of get your opinions and stuff. Just stick them below. You don't have to message me and say, is it okay if I say this? Tell the truth, put it below. I know people will like it, do you know what I mean? Because I use it myself and it's an incredible resource. So anyway, so just in level 1, okay, this is just a little something from level 1. We have a lesson called Najmatun Dhahabiyyatun. So I'm just going to kind of read through all the words that they actually go through in this lesson, and I'm going to kind of just extract a few other little bonuses, and you'll just get to see an example of, of some of the vocab that's covered in such a small lesson. I mean, obviously, their delivery has its own science and pedagogy and stuff behind it. You need to kind of start your free trial or whatever to see how good it is. But let's get into it. So, هذه دائرة. الساعة دائرة. هذا مربع. الكتاب مربع. هذا مستطيل. السبورة مستطيلة. وهذا مثلث. ممتاز. وهذه نجمة ذهبية. So this is kind of, I should have really changed my voice. I should have done a little girl's voice and like a teacher's voice or something. But this is kind of in a classroom where some children are learning about the different shapes, right? And as a prize, a child gets a nejmatun dhahabiyyatun, which is kind of the topic of this lesson. So a nejmatun is 1 star, right? A nejma is 1 star. You might hear the term nejm as like a collective kind of noun for stars, and specifically for lots of stars, the plural is nujum. So it's a najmatun dhahabiyyatun. The colour dhahabi is gold. Just the word dhahab itself is the word for gold, but the colour, or for something to be golden, is dhahabi with a ya on the end. Dhahabi and dhahabiyyatun, because the word najmatun is feminine as well. So they both need their ta' marbutas in there. Very nice. Yes, quite often when I mention that to students, they say, well, what about the word kawkab? You know, we all know in the surah of Yusuf alayhi salam in the Quran, there's an ayah in the Quran when it's in the Quran, but it's from kind of the mouth of Yusuf in the story, where he says, I saw 11 stars, and he says ahada ashara kawkaban. He says kawkaban rather than najmatan or najman or something, and that gets translated as stars, even though it's the word kawkab. But really, a kawkab, it is used to mean stars in like classical Arabic, but a kawkab, when we use it in modern standard Arabic, it doesn't have any burning in it. A kawkab is a planet, really. So and the plural of which is kawakib, but that's kind of a side note. So we have هذا دائرة. A da'ira is a circle. And something that's really good actually here, for those of you who are on the Arabic in 60 Steps program, this is a really nice lesson to go and do alongside step 3, where we start learning about sentences, because there's just demonstrated sentences, noun sentences or jumla ismiyya alongside each of the new words. So we have هذه دائرة. This is a circle. الساعة دائرة. الساعة, the clock, دائرة is a circle, and the mismatch in the definiteness is what creates the sentence. So the clock, a circle, kind of means in Arabic that means the clock is a circle, right? Very nice. So as-sa'a. You might think, well, what about as-sa'a meaning an hour? And it means an hour as well. As-sa'a. And in the Quran, it can also mean the Day of Judgment as well. As-sa'a. Without any context, if you just hear as-sa'a with the definite alif and lam at the beginning, it means like the hour, the final hour. It means the Day of Judgment. That's a meaning that it carries. Very nice. So we've seen the word da'ira, da'iratun. It means a circle. Very nice. And then the next number, the next shape that we have rather is هذا مربع. هذا مربع. A مربع. Let's look at the letters in it. So ra, ba, and ayn are the root letters in it. And what number do we know that has those in it? The number arba'. Arba' means 4. So a murabba', when we use this pattern, mufa'alun, it makes it a shape with that number of sides. Mufa'alun. So arba', mufa'al, murabba'. Right? Murabba' is the word for it. A shape with 4 sides. Yeah, I think it's kind of implied that it's equal sides, right? Because you don't use that word for a rectangle, right? Or another kind of rhombus. Is the square that does that? Is that a rhombus? Maybe someone who knows more about maths than me can comment in the comment section below. So al-kitabu murabba'un. The book is a murabba'. The book that's in the video that they have in the lesson is a murabba'. Most kutub that we have are not a murabba'. This is a mustatil. This is a rectangle. It's not a murabba'. Yeah, but the book that's in the video that they show is a murabba'. So al-kitabu murabba'un. Another example of a jumla ismiya, of a noun sentence. The book is a square. Next one we have هذا مستطيل. مستطيل. A mustatil, as I just mentioned with that, is a rectangle. We have السبورة. السبورة مستطيل. A sabura is a whiteboard. You have in a classroom. I've not heard that used for a blackboard. I think it specifically is for like one of the whiteboards where they use with like dry white pens and you wipe clean. السبورة مستطيلة. The board is a mustatil. It is a rectangle. Very nice. So as I mentioned, if we use this pattern, if we use the mufa'al pattern to make a shape, hence how we had murabba', how about if we put thalatha into it? You can pause this video and see if you can work that out yourself. But if we put thalatha for 3, we're obviously going to make the shape of a triangle. Thalatha into mufa'alun, we end up with muthallathun. So muthallathun means a triangle. So the next thing we have is وَهَذَا مُثَلَّثٌ. And then, nice little bit of praise at the end of the lesson. Mumtaz. Mumtaz just means sort of excellent. Something else that's really common is ahsant. You often hear teachers say ahsanta. You did Hassan. You did a Hassan. You did a good. You did well. وَهَذِهِ نَجْمَةٌ ذَهَبِيَّةٌ. And this is a gold star. I mean, it works out quite nicely actually, because a nejma is a shape in itself. Right? You could add the word nejmatun onto a list of shapes. So even if we were to add that, let's not stop there. Let's continue expanding our knowledge of the different shapes in Arabic. So we learnt that the pattern mufa'alun, hence murabba'un and muthallathun, is a way of taking a number and making that into a shape with that number of sides. So let's work through how we would do bigger numbers. You know, if we were to take a shape with 5 sides, a pentagon, or with 6 sides, a hexagon, or with 7 sides, a heptagon, or with 8 sides, an octagon, or with 9 sides, a nonagon. I think it's nonagon, actually, nonagam, something like that. And with 10 sides, a decagon. So let's do it. So we've already done muthallath, 3 sides, murabba', 4 sides. So the number 5 is khamsa. So a mukhammas would be a pentagon. With the number 6, often students struggle with this. The number 6 in itself is sitta, but the actual root letters are seen, a dal and seen. There's a dal in there. Hence, if you come 6th in a race, you are the sadis. A 6th of something is a sudus. And a shape with 6 sides, or a hexagon, is a musaddas. Musaddasun. That's the one that catches students out. The others normally don't. The others are normally quite predictable. But it's the sitta you need to watch out for. It becomes sadis in the ordinal numbers. The fraction is a sudus, and the shape is a musaddas. Very nice. What do we have next? We have sab'a, meaning 7. So a musabba would be a seven-sided shape, which I think is a heptagon. I think. Although septagon would make sense in another way, wouldn't it? But I'm sure I've seen heptagon. But either way, it's a funny world, isn't it, where we learn the word in Arabic before we actually really know it in English. But with Arabic being so systematic, we can often access words in Arabic before we know what they are in English. Very nice. So okay, so we have musabba. What's next is ثمانية, meaning 8. A thumn is the fraction and thamin is the ordinal number. So a shape with 8 sides would be a مثمن. مثمن. The number 9 is تسعة. So متسع would be a 9-sided shape. With some of these, I mean, some of you guys have maybe never heard these in English before, and I've certainly never heard them in Arabic before, but they definitely are the words and they exist. The number 10 is عشرة. معشر would be a معشر would be a shape with 10 sides, or I think that's a decagon. I think, but that seems to make sense in my head. But we know the word in Arabic anyway. So that's everything. That's everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And then if you did, please don't forget to like and share it, because that makes my mum happier, and it makes her feel like I've not wasted my life and I've made good career decisions if she sees I get likes on my videos. So make my mum happy. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, actually, I need to ask you guys for a favour, actually. So I want this channel to reach 10,000 subscribers in April, inshallah, because I did a live Instagram literally a year ago in April saying this time next year, I think, inshallah, the podcast will reach 100,000 downloads, and we did that. We've done that easily. We've already done that. I think we're about 120,000 now. But the goal that I had for the YouTube channel we've not reached yet. So I'd really like your help for us to reach that, inshallah. So please subscribe, and that's everything, I think, for this video, although we do have another video coming out in another hour. So we had a video come out an hour ago at 6 p.m, a little bonus for the Arabic in 60 Steps program. If you don't know your plurals in Arabic, then go back and watch that. This video, and then in 1 hour's time, I'm going to release another video giving you guys a little bit more information about a pre-Ramadan incentive that I want to give to you guys to join the Arabic in 60 Steps program, because I see you guys out there on the fence. I see you all sitting on the fence out there, not joining the Arabic in 60 Steps program, even though you've been eyeing it up for years, but now's the time. I only have 34 books left. I may only take 34 students ever in my life, and but more information will be about that in the next video. So please come and join me in an hour's time for us to have a little conversation about that and how I can persuade you guys to come and join me and be one of my students on the Arabic in 60 Steps program. Have a nice rest of your evening. Assalamu alaikum.